What's up, y'all? Real quick, I'm gonna go over a recap of this week so far. Cause Monday I had a pretty good day. Tuesday I took two trades, one loss and one win, but overall it was a red day. A small loss on that day, and today, I'm up like $400, but I would have been up way more if I didn't size up. Really dumb. I made a mistake. So real quick, let's just go over Monday's trade, because Monday's trade was my best trade this week so far, because it's barely Wednesday. So I noticed that SPY rejected off this 748, 749 resistance level. So I figured we were gonna pull back and retest this 745 support, because we had a little support level right here. If you scroll back, you can see that price bounced a couple times. So at more than a couple times, that's what made it a strong support level. All the lines I have right here, I know my chart could look a little messy, but I just have all my strong resistance levels basically. So anyways, I hopped in. Let's go to the 1 minute. I hopped in pretty early on this trade. Where am I? Let's see. I hopped in pretty early in this trade. I hopped in at pretty much right at the rejection. I noticed that we wicked off twice. So I saw this little double top kind of setup right here. I hopped in right at that breakout and rode that trade all the way down to this support level. I didn't take any profits yet. I let the trade kind of run a little bit. I still didn't take no profits right here, because we pulled back. I did risk damn near coming back to break even on this trade, but it didn't look like we were really gonna reverse yet. So I just held all the way through this. I sold probably around here. I caught pretty much the whole drop. I think I sold right here. I actually have it marked exit. So I took an exit. What time was it? 12:30. 12. I took it. Yeah, I hopped out around here. So I made around $3,000 on that trade. That was a really good trade. It took all day, but it was worth it. Some trades are like that, where they just like take all day to play out, and some trades are quicker. Tuesday, I believe I wanted to play the downside again, but that didn't work. We just climbed up, so I took a loss, and then I ended up hopping in calls. I took a because price opened up at this support level, so I figured if we broke below, we were probably gonna come back, retest, and keep selling off. But my mistake was that I hopped in before the retest. I hopped in at the breakout, which is risky because I already know that I should be waiting for the retest. So that was a mistake of mine. I should have waited for the retest first, right? So since we came back up, I ended up taking a loss somewhere around here. I took a small loss, but since I risked a little bit, since I risked a little more, I lost a little bit more money on that. And a little later in the day, I saw this other setup right here, kind of forming like another breakout. So I hopped in at the breakout and I rode this all the way to the top of this resistance level. I didn't think we were gonna break because it was just moving kind of like slow. It was like climbing up but slow. So I figured we were just gonna keep consolidating, and it did. Consolidated the whole day. So I ended up selling this trade for like 70%. I think I posted it right here as well. Oh yeah, right here. I caught around 70% on that trade. This is the setup that I thought was gonna play out. That's why I said red day, 40% loss on spot puts. Down 139 in the day, so nothing crazy. And then these are the calls that I caught. I actually sold earlier. I sold around here. So yeah, that was a pretty decent comeback. I made most of my loss back. So yeah, normally I wouldn't take like another trade after I took a loss. Like I would just hop off after taking a loss, but that setup looked pretty good, and it played out pretty nice. A little slow, but whatever. And then today, pretty much like Monday, I hopped in that open because I saw that pre-market we already bounced off that support, so I figured we were just gonna keep climbing and break above that 749 resistance, and then also turn to support and keep climbing up towards 751. But I had my first price target up here, and I hopped in around here because I noticed that we were consolidating for a little bit, so I figured, I was like, we might come back to retest that resistance, that support, but we pushed up and kind of pulled back a bit, and then we kind of created this little setup. I figured it was going to break out to retest that, to tap that 749 resistance level. I was up around 35% at my first price target, and I trimmed a little bit, but not enough. Normally I take majority of my profits at my first price target, but I didn't this time because I was pretty confident in the setup. You just gotta take what the market gives you. Like I probably got a little bit greedy right there. I'm self-aware about it. I'm gonna correct it. The next trade, I'm gonna make sure I don't get greedy. I don't make the same mistake. So I trimmed some, and the market pulled back. So I was at break even, and I decided it was. I know I let the market pull back a little more. I sized up on this trade. I put more money on it, and then we just kind of tanked. And I ended up taking like a 20% loss, I believe. I don't know, but I took a loss. Like I could. Why did I size up, bro? I didn't need to size up. The trade actually ended up coming back up too, but I wasn't even paying attention. Like it was just consolidating all day. That loss was it was just like unnecessary. That didn't need to happen. Whatever. We learned something today, right? Take majority of profits at your first price target, and don't size up unless you really think you need it. Like the only reason I sized up is because that was the breaking point. That's my previous entry, right? So I noticed that price was gonna bounce off that, and I figured, okay, price is just like, this is just a healthy pullback, you know? We're just gonna keep climbing. Like basically do this, all of this, what happened later that day, but right here. But we ended up pulling back to grab this liquidity down here at this other level at my entry from yesterday. So like that's just like the type of thing that you have to pay attention to what price is doing. Like we clearly had a strong rejection from that resistance level. It's like a fake breakout. So I should have like it's my fault for not paying attention to what Price was actually doing, and I was more stuck on what I wanted Price to do. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something. I'll catch y'all on the next recap.